The UK housing market has been plagued by a growing affordability crisis, particularly for young people aspiring to own a home. Despite rising prices in real estate, certainly the landscape of homeownership affordability in the UK has undergone significant changes in recent years. In the past, owning a home was a viable option for many individuals. However, the average price of houses in the UK has been steadily increasing. The rising cost of housing in the United Kingdom has had a significant impact on young people. Many would-be homeowners are priced out of the market, unable to save enough for a down payment or meet mortgage criteria. As a result, a generation of young adults is faced with the potential of long-term renting or living in less desirable areas. Owning a home used to be an attainable ambition for many individuals, but times have changed in the United Kingdom. Housing prices have skyrocketed in recent years, while earnings have struggled to keep up. Can you believe that in the year to March 2023, average UK house prices climbed by 4.1%, down from 5.8% in February 2023? The average UK house price in March 2023 was £285,000, £11,000 higher than a year before, but £8,000 lower than the recent peak in November 2022. This unaffordability is having a significant impact on young home buyers. Many of them simply cannot afford to buy a home because they cannot save enough for a deposit or meet the stringent mortgage requirements. It's a difficult circumstance that has pushed a generation of young individuals to confront the harsh reality of long-term renting or settling for less than ideal places. You might expect that because 95% of mortgages require a lower deposit, they would provide some relief. But guess what? Even with that option, many singles are trying to buy a home since prices are soaring. It's not just a minor issue. Vast swaths of the country are just out of reach for many young people and couples. As we enter the spring home buying season, housing experts keep a wary eye on the economy, which is still being pushed in many directions by rising inflation, steep interest rates, ongoing geopolitical concerns, and recession fears, to name a few. Nonetheless, some promising trends are emerging. According to the National Association of Realtors, NAR, the median price of an existing home sold in February was $363,000, a 0.2% decline from the same month last year. This brings an end to an unprecedented streak of 131 consecutive months of year-over-year growth. According to the National Association of Realtors, total existing home sales increased 14.5% from January to February, breaking a 12-month streak of declining sales, but were still 22.6% lower than a year ago. The latest NAHB Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, HMI, which measures builder optimism, rose 2 points to 44. After 12 months of reductions, this is the third month-over-month improvement in a row. Even still, builder confidence remains low. At 50 or above, more builders anticipate favorable conditions, therefore, it will take several successive increases before we see a meaningful boost in new construction. Overall, the housing market in 2023 appears to be in decline, with concerns about a probable crash. However, the extent and duration of any potential crash remain unknown. It is vital to keep an eye on the market and be aware of any events or forecasts that may arise. Rising real estate prices and stagnant wages appear to be making it hard for many young people, particularly millennials, to buy a home. The majority of millennials rent, and nearly half of those aged 18 to 34 are rent-burdened, which means they spend 30% or more of their income on housing. This makes it harder for them to save for a down payment on a house. Offers a variety of alternatives to customers who fear they cannot afford a property. Working with a real estate agent is one option for managing expectations and identifying cost-effective options. Another option is to broaden their search and consider living outside of the city. So, what are our options? those who are unable to purchase a home must examine other options. Renting, co-living arrangements, and joint ownership schemes are all options to consider. However, it is not up to individuals to figure it out on their own. We need legislators, housing associations, and developers to take the lead in developing affordable housing alternatives that meet the requirements of young people. The hurdles organizations must face in order to remain competitive in the market today. Companies must be adaptable and flexible in order to stay one step ahead of the competition. They must also be willing to take risks and experiment with new ideas. Firms must also ensure that their initiatives are data and analytics driven in order to maximize the potential of their efforts. Last but not least, organizations must build strong customer relationships in order to encourage loyalty and gain a competitive advantage. The current situation in the UK regarding the cost of housing for young people is clearly a critical issue that must be addressed. Rising real estate costs have significantly exceeded salary growth, presenting a huge hurdle for potential homeowners. Several steps can be implemented to curb the rising cost of real estate in the United Kingdom. The housing market needs a thorough examination and overhaul. This should include stronger property speculation rules and encourage long-term investment in affordable housing. Furthermore, regulations to encourage the construction of more inexpensive homes, particularly for first-time purchasers, should be implemented. It is critical to solve the wage issue. The emphasis should be on improving general economic circumstances in order to ensure that salaries rise at a rate that keeps up with inflation and the rising cost of living. This can be accomplished by wage incentive measures such as raising the minimum wage and improving worker rights. Collaboration among the government, local governments, and housing developers is critical. They can establish durable solutions that prioritize affordable housing and guarantee that young people are not priced out of the market by working together. This may entail investing novel approaches such as cooperative housing or shared ownership plans. Finally, boosting access to credit is critical to making homes more affordable. Low-interest mortgages, government-backed deposit programs, and tailored aid for first-time purchasers can all help to lessen the financial load. Furthermore, encouraging financial awareness and education among young people might equip them to make informed decisions and navigate the complex landscape of home ownership. Combating the rising cost of real estate in the United Kingdom necessitates a multifaceted approach. We can build a more equal and affordable housing scenario for young people by adopting comprehensive housing market changes, raising wages, fostering collaboration, and expanding access to finance. Only through the combined efforts of all stakeholders can we ensure that homeownership remains accessible to the next generation. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more on the latest videos, and we'll see you in the next one.